And one.
Hello and welcome to
The Woman's Cave and Meet Hollywood Monday. Let's admit it. We're putting it on too. I'm doing double. I decided now that I'm going to do half the work and get double the results.
half the work. Because we have different subscribers and different ones though. So I feel like if you feel like it should be in another category, it should be. I'm Jay.
And I'm
let me just go on high five social distance, y'all. Y'all, it's COVID out here. Don't touch people's hands. Don't do it.
I love how you do a PSA every time.
I mean, I have to tell people, please don't. Like, we're trying to get out of here at some point in the future, hopefully soon.
I just want people to stop dying. But if they can keep it where I work at home, I have no problem with staying.
We work at home. What are you talking about? Well, no, I can't. I can't with your whole life some days. So we're just going to talk about how we write literary life guides with pop poetry. So we wrote, and I thought divorce was bad with other life lessons.
Which is around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Remember where?
Yeah, it's gone. Like, whatever. And I thought being grown up was easy. Yeah. All right.
It's also an audiobook.
Yeah, and that's a really great audiobook. Jocelyn, she did a great job. Thank you for it. And then we're going to go with The Woman's Cave.
Number one best-selling book.
On Amazon. Yay. Women's Cave and Other Pop Poems. And that is the only one that we will call a poetry anthology, because that's what it was number one.
Because who wants to read an anthology? Good God.
Nobody wants to read an anthology, right? So, all right, we have a co-host today. Co-host.
Hi, everyone. This is Tanya Todd. I'm an author, actress, and new podcast host, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay.
What's the name of the podcast? We should wait till the end of the
show. We should, but I just want to say, every time you say you're a podcast host, it makes us so happy on the inside.
Well, that's because it's your nudging that made it happen.
Well, okay, sure. You know what? And I'm going to take those accolades. They feel good. They feel good.
It's our nudging, but you're perfectionist.
I know, right? So, yeah. But y'all aren't here to hear about us.
No.
Going on and on about what we're doing in our lives.
As a narcissist, I could definitely do that, though.
Oh, my goodness. Couldn't she? Anyway, y'all are here to hear from our wonderful guests. Wonderful guests, would you like to introduce yourself?
You go first.
Okay, I'm Elizabeth Blake Thomas. I am the mother of the mother-daughter entertainment team here. And is this where you'd like me to tell me 3 fun things about me? Because I'm really desperate to. Okay, so this, okay, these are my tattoos, okay? Now, I actually really considered not having them, but I turned 39 plus 1 and had this one on, which is Chai, which is my dog's name, Chai. And I had that first, and that was all I was going to have, until my daughter got a little bit upset because she's like, well, you need to put my name on there. But as you can see, her name is Isabella Blake Thomas. It's quite long. I thought, I can't do that. Instead, in fact, it's sitting behind her. She wrote that in her own words, and I had that put on here, which says, it's just you and me, kid, just you and me. And I had that done on her 18th birthday, so very special. My next thing, if everybody knows me, this is my baby. This is Chai. So you're seeing my whole family here. And Isabella, I know, but she is my baby. And don't tell Isabella, but she is my best friend. She comes with me everywhere. And then the third thing is I have just, sorry, boo. Sorry. The third thing is I've just set up a company called Medicine with Words. I've actually been doing this my whole life, but I've just decided to put it out there to the masses online. And it is a storytelling healing. I won't say consultancy, I won't say mentorship, just say a safe space. So please check that out, medicinewithwords.com. Okay, Boo, you'll go. Oh, and I called her Boo, which she hates.
No. Well, I don't hate it when we're on our own. It's just when it's a work thing. I go, well, that's not my name, though. My name is Isabella. And then the problem is other people start calling me Boo. So my name is Isabella Blake Thomas. I am the daughter part of Mother and Daughter Entertainment. And I am an actress, a writer, and an all-in-all creative. I just love anything creative. So that's
what about that? It's pretty major.
Yes, I was like, what are you doing? Right. And I was guessing that was one of my 3 things.
Oh, well, that's boring.
Thank you. No, not the way I'm going to say it. Let me say my 3 things.
Okay, all right.
So my first thing is that I listen to music on vinyl, and I actually for Christmas just started my own vinyl collection. This is my mum's, and this was my first vinyl. And if you know this cover, it's the Billie Eilish When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go album, and it is see if I can show you a little bit. It's yellow. So that was my first vinyl. Very excited about this. And then the next fun thing about me is I live on a boat. I'm currently, I'll show you a little bit. There we go. This is my boat. So I live on a boat, And then the third fun fact about me is that I'm also a musician and singer-songwriter, but the little fact in there is that I'm getting into writing comedy songs at the moment, and I have one coming out on the 20th to make some people laugh, because we're too serious this year because the crazy stuff happened, so I want to make people laugh. So that's the other thing about me.
Okay. Is there any significance to the 20th?
Say that again?
Is there any significance to the 20th being the date of release?
It's the inauguration day.
Yeah, okay.
Just the fact I like having significant days, and so whether it's just a date that's significant to me or other people, I want things that are memorable. So my first song came out a few years ago on Valentine's Day. Then I released released an EP on my birthday, released music videos on significant days. So I like having significant days for my music to come out.
Can you say what it's called? Because it is funny.
It's called Party for One.
It is funny.
Let me see if I can show you. I'll show you the album cover. Hold on.
You know, I listen to vinyl as well, and I'm having all kinds of anxiety because you have those albums on top of each other instead of side by side.
No, I'm sorry, I know.
No, they don't fit. You can see they don't fit standing up.
Right.
This is a single cover. That's just the cover for it.
Oh, I like the candle.
Thank you. There's a little comedy song coming out on the 20th.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say that it's just so weird watching the kind of energy that we have normally during an interview become from two guests.
I know.
I feel lost.
It feels.
I feel like you guys took over our normal spot.
But it feels good though, because I was like, oh look, I don't have to bring that kind of energy. Let me sit back and relax.
It's already here.
All right, so how did this all start?
Mother and daughter, or
Yes.
Life, the world.
yeah,
Mother and daughter.
The word-
Let's start with mother and daughter.
Well, because you know what happens 9 months later, arrives a little stork, brings a little parcel on the doorstep.
Yes, absolutely.
And I was always in the entertainment industry. I was a theatre director, and I had Isabella, and she came to all my classes, and she loved drama, loved acting, became an actress, and I then had to be the mum that supported that. I mean, there was kind of no choice in that, because I wanted to make sure she was, looked after and safe, and you hear those horror stories. And then 4 years ago, it kind of transpired that we worked so well together. Someone said to me I should be a director, and I said, how? And they said, you just say you're a director. So I did, raised money, made movies. I mean, I'm simplifying it. You can find all this out on my podcast, Filmmaking Without Fear. But Isabella was then part of it. So it wasn't about me. It wasn't about I'm Elizabeth Blake Thomas. It was a mother and a daughter. And so we just put that together. And then we decided that the whole point of that was to make content that matters. We have a responsibility. I believe being in this industry means that we have to take some responsibility for what we put out there. And so we kind of just merged. And we say the same thing. We finish each other's
sandwiches.
And we're best friends, and I can't imagine a better business partner. I mean, obviously this one comes a close second, but
all right, we get it. You love your dog. I'd just like to point out she was supposed to be my dog, and then she fell in love with my mum, and that went all down the drain when she decided to see me as her sister, and now growls at me when I try and kiss her. So that's the gist of it on Mummy's front. I mean, on my front, I think I always knew I wanted to be in the film industry. So I love acting and always will, but I fortunately have had the experience in lots of other places in the industry. So I first AD a lot for Mummy, and like I said, I'm also a writer. So I like trying the different things in the industry to kind of figure out what I really, really loved. Because I mean, I've been acting from such a young age. I got to the point that I was like, actually, let's expand a little bit just to see that actually acting is my favorite thing. And I discovered that it was, so that was great. But I also discovered those extra things that I love as well. So I've kind of been working on expanding my knowledge recently as well. And I've just been fortunate enough with Mother and Daughter Entertainment to continue learning things, because I'm still young, still have a long way to go, but I'm able to see all parts of the film process more than I would as just an actress.
Okay, so I have to say, Isabella, I love that you have Fuji film. I haven't seen that in like forever.
Yeah. We've got our old cameras, haven't we?
Oh, I love it. No, we Film cameras up there. I've got 2 Polaroids. I've got an Instax wide and Instax mini, and I love it.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So Tanya, she has the really important questions because Tanya's the best co-host you can ever have.
I
Tanya?
actually had questions, but I'm gonna let you go, Tanya.
Yes, Tanya. Yes.
All right, I don't know if this is a great question or not, but I am very curious to know. You said this is for Elizabeth. You said you got your start in theater. I'm wondering what drew you to Los Angeles versus filmmaking in the UK?
Well, I mean, it wasn't even an option to filmmake in the UK, actually. I didn't even think about it because being a mother, that was my focus. And actually, it was a British person to think about LA. It's so far, you know. It's just something that people dream about, and you see the Hollywood sign. And so when she was doing all of this acting, somebody mentioned a course in New York. And I thought, well, that's close, that's convenient. We can go over that way. And again, I was just about being with her. There was nothing else. When we were in New York, they said, we run this course in LA. And again, I was like, that's a long way to go. I'm not sure I can do that. But we did. We flew over. And then as soon as we landed, we just fell in love with the vibe, the energy. So again, I still wasn't thinking that I was in the industry. This was about Isabella. I was just supporting her here. So we moved here, and then everything, that's what I think is so lovely about what we've done. It's just been this organic process. And I love it when it's like that, because to me, life is about the journey. It's not about the destination, because actually you get to that destination and you just want to go to the next destination. So every day I'm very mindful about remembering where I am, why I'm here, and just going with that. And we see that Hollywood sign when we drive past it, and every day I go, yeah, that's cool. People don't get to see that, and I get to see that all the time.
Right, yeah.
May I ask a question? Actually, it's more not like
Your show.
Thank you. I know, because normally when we hand it over to you, we mean for it to be handed over to you for a while. But I just wanted to say, Isabella, great job on the Secret Society of Second Born Royals. And it's not often I get to interview anybody who I'm like, oh, I love that movie.
Oh, that means a lot. Did you guess the twist?
No. I knew something was wrong, but I was like, who? And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, why couldn't I figure that out? Which is sad, because
there were certain things that they stuck in there as like little, like a couple hints in there, but we did really well, which is great, at keeping January very unassuming. So my hair color was very normal. I didn't have crazy makeup, didn't have crazy outfits. There was no secrecy. And so it was difficult for people to figure out, but it was difficult for me to figure out. I was reading the script and I got there and went, oh, no. And so it was one of those things with a couple of the little Easter eggs that they threw in there. I didn't realize were Easter eggs until I was doing the scene, and the director was like, you know that's it. I was like, oh,
right.
Perfect sense now. So
yeah.
I'm glad you didn't guess it. That means I did my job well.
Yes, you did. You did. You were very, I mean, you felt very innocent. And I knew, but you know someone in there is that. And I honestly thought it was going to be the vapid one. I was like, please let it be the vapid one. Please. But anyway, I'm sorry. Now let's get back to serious things.
Serious.
Yeah.
That's what we do well here.
The serious stuff.
So my serious question is going to be, I remember working with my mother in the kitchen. Very different. How do you do that? Like, work together? Because I know my mom always is like, I know how to do this. And I'm like, but I figured out how to do this quicker. So how do you guys work together and be like, no, this is the best way?
I lock her in a cupboard. Occasionally she gets some food and water. I just let her out now.
While she's on the boat.
Exactly. Yeah, in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
We are one. I very much believe that her soul chose me to be her mama. And so there is a reason for that and a purpose. And I take that as a huge privilege. And therefore, she allows me to blossom and grow. And I feel very grateful. She teaches me stuff every single day. It could be something as simple as more patience, more tolerance, love, whatever it is. But actually, it's about working together as a team and understanding that and not having an ego involved. So because of that, I don't look at myself as just her mum. I look at it as we're a team. Boo?
I was just laughing because wasn't this question supposed to be for me?
For everyone. Everyone's at the table.
But now that your mother's answered it, I can't say yes. It's for everyone.
It's for everyone. It's for everyone.
He goes, Isabella, how's it working with mum? And you go, I lock her in and then you took the question.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Give me the
sorry.
question. You already had a question, thank you. No, so I love it. Because we are best friends, we are great business partners, and we have always treated each other as equals, and so our relationship is fantastic, which means that when we are working together, that kind of just comes into it, and it means that we are figuring out what each other thinks before we even say it, and it means that our rapport on set and just in our working environment is absolutely fantastic. And so I'm very glad that we are able to bring our creativity together because we can make some fantastic projects. And so, yeah, all in all, I love working with her and it's fantastic is what I'm trying to say.
I think having somebody with the same brain.
Yes.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's so good.
Wonderful.
It's so wonderful. Like Winona and I was gonna say we absolutely agree 100% with what you all are saying because yeah, we finish each other's sandwiches. That's what y'all said. But we sentences, and then we will
It's fun to have a look across the table
and just know,
and you already know that you both are like, yeah, it's going this direction, and I want it to go here. So let's work together to work this out.
And yeah,
That's
and not
amazing.
having to explain. It's nice. It's nice.
Okay. Tanya is going to handle the
really good
of the business because we're writers. And Tanya is an actor, a producer, and a showrunner at this point.
Yes.
So you guys have a lovely chat. You'll be over here looking adorable.
Yeah, we'll be like, wow, this is interesting. We learned so much.
So, you know, they minimize what they do, but the three of us on this show, we do have this motto, creatives create. And during lockdown last year, the two of you created Will You Be My Quarantine? Tell us how that came into play. Like what made you decide to do that and how did that work?
Well, as a single mummy who's on the dating circuit, when COVID hit, obviously there's no going out on dates. And so people were doing Zoom dates. And I just thought it was very interesting that right now, for example, looking at what I'm showing you this space and, you know, my hat and my hair, and that's it. Well, actually, maybe I've got very hairy legs. By the way, I haven't, but very hairy legs. Behind me over there, it's a tip. You know, this has got rubbish falling out of the kitchen, whatever it is. But yet this is what you're seeing. And I thought that was an interesting concept because we can all therefore pretend to be something that we're not. And so I created these characters, came up with a concept, and I got my screenwriting friend to write the screen version of the story I created. Approached Isabella and said, listen, do you want to produce this with me? We make this our first proper rom-com. She obviously loved it. And we just put everything together. But I wanted to create something that wasn't a reminder of the negative of being in the COVID year. That was very important. There's only one or two scenes where a mask is mentioned and it's funny. And this is a movie that isn't, again, just about this year. You could watch it every year. It was just about making people laugh, which I know you mentioned at the beginning, Isabella, about saying it's important to make people laugh.
Yeah, it is. It's very important. It releases all the happy chemicals in the brain. But also with Will You Be My Quarantine, not only did I fall in love with the project as a producer, but I wanted to be an active part of it on set. So this is actually one of the few projects that I wasn't in as an actress. I actually first AD'd on this one. And I'm proud to say that nobody came off the shoot with COVID, so I just have to pat myself on the back with that one. But I love first ADing because I love working with Mummy, and so I was able to help her bring that vision to life by taking every other stress off of her and just letting her be creative and direct and work with the actors. And so I ran the set. I had an incredible AD team, an incredible production team, and we were able to make it happen so that she could just bring a beautiful project to life.
When and where will we be able to see it?
Well, I've just got the final version of the first cut, so I'm giving notes at the moment. But I mean, in all honesty, I'm proud of this project. One of my best projects, although I say that to every single one that I finish. I'm
that should be the case every time, though. Every time you have a new one, it should be your next best one.
It's true. So I'm just waiting to get a perfect version that I'm happy with to sell it to one of the big platforms, one of the big streamers. I mean, it's perfect for a Netflix or an Amazon, even a Hulu. Actually, and we made it. It's not PG-13, is it, Bill? Or is it PG because it's got one swear word?
It's PG-13, yeah.
Okay, one swear word so that everybody can watch it. Again, a fun, family, funny film, and with a great cast. I mean, I was in hysterics every day. Really, I just made it so I could laugh every day.
Why not? Why not? I say it. Yes.
Absolutely. You should definitely find something funny. First of all, mad props to both of you guys for being able to find anything humorous about 2020.
Right. That. And then second, like, I listen to some parts of my book every day to laugh.
Exactly.
I mean, like, oh man, that was hilarious. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that.
Okay, back to Tanya.
So my personal motto is to elevate and lift others. And by reading your bio, I see that it seems like you live by a similar creed. I'm curious what prompted you to send the elevator back down, so to speak.
I think because we don't have it. We never got that elevator sent back down. And I take responsibility that I have a daughter at 18 who needs a mentor, needs somebody. So instead of just mentoring Isabella, I make sure I do that with whatever project I do. And then Isabella learns from that, and she then does the same as well. It's funny, we've got words of the year. I'll do mine first, Boo, and then you could say yours. My words of last year were elevate and earn. And that actually doesn't just mean for me, it means for anybody involved in any of my projects. And this year's words are growth, fun, and love. And so actually putting them all together, I feel like it's not about getting rid of last year's ones. It's about building this even bigger bundle of words. And it's very important for me because I've homeschooled Isabella, because we've always been together, that I've seen the benefit of what that does. And I also know the benefit of what it would have been for me to have had mentors throughout my career. And I didn't. It's only in the last couple of years that I've had a couple of fantastic ones. What are your thoughts, Boo?
I'm just in agreement with what you're saying. I'm just sitting here going, yes, exactly. It's exactly what it is. But I think just to quickly tap on mentoring, it's interesting because people might look at me as an 18-year-old and go, oh, she can't mentor people. But the way I mentor people isn't by sitting down and having meetings with people and walking and talking them through stuff. It's by helping them when they need the help. So I just worked on a project with an actor who's just written his first screenplay, and it's a rom-com, and he sent it to me going, hey, I would really love your honest notes. Tell me if it's terrible. I trust you. Please just give me the notes. So that is my version of mentoring, because I have to remind myself, and it's not quite imposter syndrome because I know I've worked so hard to get here, but it's reminding myself that even though I'm young, I've worked in this industry for a very long time. I've been acting for 15 years. Like, I know my stuff. And so to be able to use that and put that into use with other people and teach them what I know, I love doing it, because also they might teach me something that I didn't know. And that's the kind of endless loop of mentoring, is that not only are you teaching other people, they are teaching you things that they're learning, and you're learning from their mistakes. And that's just a great way to do it.
There's no age requirement on mentoring. You just have to have knowledge and a willingness to help.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said I'm 18 and you've been acting, and I was like, oh, she has so much to teach.
So much to teach. and it kind of goes with life experience and whatever, however old people are. People have different life experiences. And so we can all learn from each other. And we all kind of like mentors, because even if you help somebody and say, yeah, you're gonna pick that up here, but it's on sale over there.
That's a mentor thing. Anyway, yes, I'm sorry. We keep butting in on this serious.
That's your show. You can't butt into your own show.
We can. And okay, so Tanya, last question though.
All right, well, I am going to get serious with this one. There's a post on Twitter about a film called Unseen, and I'd like to, it's not a live show, so it's not like the people listening to this will have had an opportunity to see it tonight. So after tonight, where can people see it?
It is available in a lot of different places online. There's something called Sophie TV. It's also available, I believe, on Amazon and also on Mother Daughter Entertainment, I think, site. But it is a very important film that we are hoping will start to become part of a national curriculum at schools. We chose to tell a child trafficking story that everybody could watch, all ages, nothing graphic, but something that will affect young people because of the social media aspect of it. And so being Trafficking Awareness Month, it's very important that we're putting it out there a lot this month, although it's been there since I released it and we shot that for Mother Daughter. It is a film that I'm very proud of to be able to pass on and give to people. And it's all about starting a conversation about a very important subject matter.
Absolutely. All right, so where can people, actually, I have two questions. I'm gonna be Winona today, right? I'm gonna have an A and a B part. So what are like 2 pieces of advice each that y'all would give to people trying to start out in the entertainment field? And then second, where can people find out more about Mother Daughter and all the stuff that you have going?
We should do 1-1-1-1 for the advice.
All right then. All right then. Do you want to go first then?
No, you go first.
Oh, thanks. Okay, so I think that it's very important for people to remember that on my set, I say this, guys, we're not saving the world, we're only making a movie. And I think it's very important to keep yourself grounded because we're all aspiring to get to that thing. And maybe you want to become famous. Maybe you want to make the next big thing. Maybe you want to win an Oscar, whatever it is in this industry. But it is about constantly checking in with yourself and keeping yourself grounded because there are more important things. It's about you as a person being happy and enjoying that journey. It's my number one.
My number 2 piece of advice is keep learning, no matter what information you're learning, whether it's to do with the path you're on, whether it's something completely random, keep learning, because I'm in that phase right now where I'm at the next stage of my learning. I'm about to start learning new things and learning and expanding my knowledge. And it's so important because no matter what your path is in life, there is nothing better than being able to hold a good conversation with anyone and being able to bring your learning experiences and your knowledge into whatever it is you're doing. So just keep learning no matter what it is.
Okay, number 2, take time out. We can all get taken up with, but I've got to do this and I've got a list and I've got to cross things off my list and get this finished and this is what I'm aiming for. That's great. Keep motivated, but remember to take that time out. I'm currently in a space, which I'll just close the door, currently in a space where I have that time out. I'm sitting here writing. I don't feel guilty about waking up and having a cup of tea or having that time to read. We all feel that guilt because if we're not pushing forward like this, but that is pushing forward. That's giving your brain that time and that space. And again, that's why I've put Medicine with Words out there, because as a filmmaker who is constantly trying to cross things off their list, I wanted to give everybody that experience of saying it's okay, just stop. And this year has definitely proven that that's okay to do.
Yeah. And my last piece of advice is actually quite a simple one, but again, I'm saying piece of advice that I'm just learned or am still learning. And this is especially prevalent now, I think, because we're all at home, is if you're self-employed or your job doesn't have hours, it's really important and it'll help you to have a set schedule for yourself, because I found it so easy for the days to just disappear while we're at home. Even if you are working, you go, oh my goodness, it's already 12:34. Like it's crazy because there's just the time disappears. So create that schedule, whether it's 2 hours working, 10-minute break, or 5 hours working, 10-minute break, whatever it is, just create your schedule because you'll be able to be so much more productive and keep pushing yourself if you set mini goals for yourself throughout the day.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Okay. Then Mother Daughter, motherdaughterentertainment.com. We have Mother and Daughter Ent Instagram. She's Isabella_B_T. And I'm Elizabeth_B_T. We're on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Just Google us. And it is actually very easy to get hold of us because that's what we want to be. We want to
be very simple. Yeah. On our Mother and Daughter website, we always check all the contact submissions coming in. So anyway, if you ever find a way of contacting us, chances are it's either one step away from us or is us. So just feel free to reach out.
Which is true because that's how I contacted them.
Absolutely.
I do have one more thing. The podcast, where can we listen to it?
Yes.
Yes. So Filmmaking Without Fear, and the book's coming out in a month's time as well. And I've just recorded Storytelling Without Fear, and that book will be coming out at the end of the year. And that is available Spotify, Apple. I mean, where is it, Boo? I don't know. It's everywhere, isn't it?
Anywhere you can listen to audio and podcasts, it's the same. Any podcast you listen to, it's on there. I listen to it on Spotify. It's my easiest way. That's where I listen to my music, but it's available everywhere.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I still can't believe you guys came.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Say my name, I didn't hear you.
Tanya,
Okay, sorry. I am on social media at Ms. Tanya Todd, and my new podcast is the 52 Love Podcast. You can find that on YouTube, and the account is on Twitter, and it's also available for audio in most of the places podcasts are available. It's brand new, so it's not quite on Apple yet, but everywhere else, it's on Spotify. Just check Anchor.
Okay, and then also your IMDb.
And you can also look me up on IMDb, which is what Jade wants everyone to do every day, so it bumps up my numbers. And if I don't say it, she's going to say it, so I need to remember to say it.
So when you wake up in the morning after your cup of coffee, just click on Tanya's IMDb page. It's simple.
We do it all the time. It's great. All right. So you can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com. While you're there, you can check out
on the homepage where there says the Ladies Tale podcast, you can hear professional actors read my TV script. Oh, that's so fun.
When y'all listening on the podcast, you have to see how she's like professional act. She's born drama. She's born with the drama.
Yes, anyway, I will never be an actress. Don't you ever worry about that.
More importantly, all of that, you could go to the ladies tab and go to the middle and see the charities that we so proudly support. Maybe you can support them also. And we thank you in advance for that. And just remember, y'all, wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona
and Jade. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening.